says, I got nothing.
It said, "Shut the fuck up, dog."
Shut the fuck up, dog.
What's up, dog? Hey, and welcome to another
Ah.
episode of
135? No,
135.
136. Because 135 was the Bison episode, and I forgot to.
Put a number on it.
Yeah.
Son of a biscuit.
This episode brought to you by vodka.
And red beer.
Every other episode brought to you by vodka.
Don't forget the grapefruit beer.
I'm gonna go ahead and make
God.
myself a nice martini. That's very, very dry.
Oh, I was like, holy shit, he's got an AR-10. Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Bren 10. The other Bren 10.
It is fluffy, though, and you could possibly expect him to pull out an actual AR-10 of the correct design and it being a machine gun, as it should be.
So there's a guy local here to Pittsburgh that is apparently the number 2 AR-10 collector behind Reed Knight.
Really?
Wow, that's impressive.
That is
Reed Knight of all people.
So Reed Knight's got 75 and the other guy has 2.
But does Reed Knight actually, count in that situation?
I don't think he counts guns. I think he counts gun connexes.
I was thinking more of, companies I own worth of guns.
This cocking handle is really fucking. I don't like it.
It's
It's
tight,
almost
I
like
heard.
a reason that they stopped.
Yeah, you have to like fucking mortar it.
No. Just put the buttstock hard on the floor and just kick it hard with your boot.
Oh wait,
That's
you
what he
can't.
did.
You can't.
Yeah, because
It's in the charging. It's in the carry handle.
Oh, yeah, you're going to need a mortaring broom handle.
Well, you need to put a little cucaracha squisher on the tip of your boots.
Cucaracha squisher.
Demonetized in 5, 3, 2, 1.
Got you a piece of broom handle and use it for a mortaring device there, sir.
There you go.
I mean,
It's
They ship that out fast.
very plastic.
Yeah,
It's
they
thick.
did
The
do that.
plastic is thick, but it is plastic. It is metallish.
It's unfortunate they couldn't come up with a really awesome phenolic resin thingamajig that would break and stuff to do a real go at a proper stock on those things. But
Proper
Exactly.
backlights.
yeah,
The proper. So we want the stuff that's going to break on us during.
actually, it's not Bakelite. It's exactly I think it's really pretty close to this. Like, have you ever opened up a 1970s TV and seen all the brown circuit boards?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that.
but it's still really brittle, and that was kind of why they got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it would be good. Just
No,
fair. I wouldn't be surprised if because they did make, they got Nodak to make the waffle mags, which are, of course, inferior to proper, Colt mags.
I don't know if you heard, but HMG is going to be making those waffle mags. So we flooding the market any day now.
Any day.
I'm kind of curious what's going to happen first. HMG delivers their gun or Trump builds his wall?
I think the wall's probably going to win.
I think the wall's probably going to win.
Oh, wow. Way to throw us right into the middle of the government shutdown, which I
was going to say
Is
4
that
more
one of our
days.
topics?
That's
Yeah.
a pretty, that's
Four
a
more
pretty
days.
segue, huh?
4 more days, and he's going to have the hugest shutdown ever.
Yeah. Nobody shuts down government like this.
Mm-hmm.
That is a topical thing for all of us because that means
No
4s are not
forms.
being processed.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
on top, I have a concealed carry permit, and I live in Arizona, so
So-
fuck you.
Anybody anybody that's watching that ever does call-ins to the ATF, excuse me, not the ATF, but the FBI for NICS checks,
Yeah.
you've got a problem happening where if it goes to delay, the NICS examiner that you get elevated to they have the runway to go and start doing some cursory checks to make sure that whatever flagged you for a delay is just crush it.
what is
Straight away.
doing?
It's like opening the bag of chips. Just fucking rip it open.
Yeah, I
muted
got it.
him.
Uh,
That was me.
no, I was actually.
Oh, was it?
That was
Oh,
Mark.
I was just doing off
We got-
off screen.
collateral damage. Sorry, FC.
That's all right.
But
False flag
That's not
operation.
the worst thing that happened to me this week. It's all right.
Your
The-
mouth is full of powdered donut anyway. So
The Nix Examiner has the option to start doing some, pegging around in the file, the digital file, and trying to figure out why you came up on the Nix a Nix flag. But right now they ain't getting paid because they are, mandatory peoples. Yeah.
So everybody's getting. You wait 3 days, and you wait 3 days,
Yep.
and everybody waits 3 days.
And so
and
everybody's on a Brady date.
then,
And there might end up being somebody that shouldn't have a gun gets a gun.
because if 3 days go by and there ain't no answer, boom,
FFL.
you get a gun, and you get a gun, and you get a gun. That's fine.
I mean, nothing
shall not be
possibly could
infringed,
go wrong
motherfucker.
with this.
What? Well, let's not be all too happy about fucking background checks. I mean, come on.
Well, everybody knows that there's reasonable restrictions to the First Amendment, so there should be reasonable restrictions to the Second Amendment.
Now,
Of
there
course,
really
that's
really
how
aren't-
that works.
aren't reasonable restrictions to the First Amendment, but
Reasonable.
The only reasonable one is don't put people in danger.
yeah.
Wait, I think that's already illegal, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonder if some brown stain would make it look. Wonder what that would look like. Might have to experiment with that.
Just rub your underwear all over it.
I tried finding
Oh,
out
there
what
you
the
go.
hell the original material was. Come on now.
Got that Indian underwear. It creeps up
Racing
and wipes you
stripes.
out.
Racing stripes,
So there's an
high
opportunity,
speed.
depending on how many of those Brownell sells, to make a mold and learn an old ass process and buy some old ass chemicals that the state of California probably banned a long time ago.
Oh, that's how you know they're good.
Well, yeah, I mean all the good shit.
I have
Yeah.
to say it is plastic, but it's really thick plastic. I mean, it's definitely
Is it
sturdy.
gla-
It's
glass fiber reinforced stuff, or is it?
maybe.
No, the original stuff just would have been.
The original stuff was pressed paper and resin.
Yeah.
It's just baked resin.
Hmm.
It's weird.
So this is serial number 597. If that's indicative of how many they've sold.
I think if you learned the old 1970s
remember
circuit
that-
board process and followed that, you could come closer a lot than this stuff.
FC or remember the history of those? Those were those came back.
No, his didn't.
Oh,
The ones we bought were
Okay.
were
okay. Did
'Cause-
you pick yours up yet?
no. I haven't even paid for it yet. I paid enough to put it on hold. I just haven't called them back since Jones doesn't work there anymore. I don't know if I want to pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, we could just totally call up and do that in solidarity. Be like,
Yeah,
nah, you fired my boy.
yeah.
I'm
But,
just happy I got it for like way less than what Wordy paid.
Yeah.
That is also true. Did you
Like-
order a bunch of waffle megs?
I have not
Mhm.
because HMG hasn't started shipping them yet.
Regular DPMS ones fit fine.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which means PMAX.
Who makes waffle mags?
I thought no, that's
Nobody
they're just doing
does.
it on the 556 mags.
Yeah, I think that's why HMG's making them. Like I'm not.
Cranking them out of that mold they got,
I guess the Air 10s are
8
not
months
done
ago.
yet. They're still being baked.
So what I'm trying to do is figure out. They were supposed to give me a $150 gift card.
Mhm.
That was part of the deal,
Mhm.
and I don't know how I'm supposed to get that, but I did not get it with the gun,
Oh,
and I
Uh-oh.
don't see it in my account.
I was gonna say-
information.
Email.
Our previous contact there, he says there's exactly one lady doing those gift card approvals or whatever, so you will get them. It will just
Eventually.
take a long fucking time.
It's Janice from
Oh,
accounting.
okay.
She don't
It's
give a
Janice from
fuck.
accounting.
Yeah,
She has to at least get through 100 per day. No more, no less.
Yeah. I got through 100. Fuck you. I'm Janice from accounting, and I don't give a fuck.
I wonder how one would.
She
Yeah,
don't give a fuck about you.
Are the original waffle mags compatible with current DPMS mags or no? I assume not.
Technically-ish. I don't think that there's much difference off of them as far as feeding sides go.
Well, no, I'm talking about where the mag release goes and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, then that would be different.
Hmm.
Yeah.
they're not. That's for the mag release is different.
Yeah. Maybe you can convert foul waffle mags to work.
I mean, you could be a dumbass company like fucking Rock River and still fucking use the wrong magazines. But foul mags are still cheap, guys.
Are they?
No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Who was it? Somebody's making the AR-10 that takes G3 mags.
That
That just
I just saw
seems
that.
like a
One of-
waste.
One of my
Well,
stalled.
The G3 mags used to, they're still a cheap mag. You can still find them for $5 off.
Yeah,
TV.
they're $2 now. They used to be $1. This is bullshit. They're not cheap.
No, they're
No,
$5 now.
yeah, $2 was like
Wait,
10
$5
years ago.
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
when I bought that piece of shit Sentry, I bought some. I think what did I buy it off of? Hold on, let's see here.
that's my same story too. Is when I bought that piece of shit Century, I bought a bunch of those G3 mags. They were cheap, and that's when they were like $2 a piece, and that was like back in shit.
That was anything prior to
2003.
Hey,
Jesus Christ, $10 for a G3 magazine.
yeah, I
That's
was gonna say.
Yeah,
Do you want to
ridiculous.
put your hat on? It's $7 from RTG now.
fucking hell.
For
The
very
one
good
thing a
quality.
guy can count on is 99-cent G3 mags. And
Somebody called Jerome Powell. Tell him this inflation thing is out of hand.
yeah, apparently
showing
money's
your
going
age.
down. Fuck you. They were 99 cents for 3 fucking decades.
It's bullshit,
Mhm.
man. And it's not
Wow.
like they
I
imported.
should have.
more
You know
guns.
what? I should have bought like 5,000 of the goddamn things too, because I'd be rich right now.
That's what
I know.
everybody fucking said, and that's why they were so cheap for so long.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
everybody was like, "We can buy 5,000 of these for a nickel."
I'll tell you what, though, I've said this many times, and you've probably heard it before from me, but I've got a lot of regrets, and one of my regrets is $700 H&K Sears. I was there and
Yeah.
said, "That's fucking ridiculous. That's a little piece of metal. There ain't no way in hell I'm paying $700 for one of those." But I don't regret that as much as I regret not buying all the cheap fucking ammo that existed around 2002, 2003, whatever.
All of it, having
Yeah.
your own fucking warehouse, or
Yeah.
buying all of those 70 fucking bullshit
Oh, we-
$75 SKSs.
Yeah,
And-
if I had done this
But we're gonna
right,
throw in
how
a
do we-
tin-
Yeah, we're
Go
gonna
ahead.
buy a house. Okay, so I got to get a new Connex so I can move the contents of the old Connex to the new Connex, and then I'll put the old Connex on top of the new Connex, and we'll have 2 Connexes. It'll be great.
That'd
Yeah,
be
those
great to
HK
order.
steers would have been the ticket though. Even just 10 of them.
It's
Wonder how
like
much 5.56 you can fit in a Connex.
Enough.
A shitload.
Enough.
I
a
think I
lot.
just.
I know how much you
guess
can
my
fit in a
pants-
U-Haul.
Each one of those 55-gallon barrels is like 7,000 rounds, and I bet you could probably fit 25 barrels in them.
Those 55-gallon barrels are such a ripoff.
Well, yeah.
But what if
I'm
That's
you
why-
just saying how many rounds are in them, not how
That's
much
why you
they
got to buy
cost.
bulk. You got to buy the Connex container.
There's
Yes.
$3 G3 mags in marketplace. Yes.
Oh, there. See, I knew.
Tess,
Yeah.
if we buy a Connex of 5.56, can we just park it up at Big Sandy and then use it when we're there?
I think we would have
You're good for 20 years.
FC.
No, you're
FC
good for a week.
Sorry, you're not FC. You're Fluffy. Fluffy, yes, we can totally do that. However, we would probably have to contribute we'd have to buy in as a partnership in that venture, in order to get a concrete slab poured and a permanent fixed structure up
But
there.
And then what you'd do is you'd sell it to everybody else and make a markup.
I was gonna say that's where you set up the booth.
Yeah,
Is-
fuck you,
is right
Howie.
at the front.
We're selling ammo.
Well, we should do that partner thing. How much does that cost?
More than I got.
I believe the answer is about 350.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Just about 350.
About 350.
3.5 units of. I don't know what units we're dealing with, but yeah,
Arshins.
Martians. Yeah.
Arshins, always Arshins. These magazines are kind of chintzy.
What, the mags that came with them?
Is it aluminum?
Are those supposed to be straight wall?
It's aluminum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What were the waffle mags? Are they aluminum or steel?
no, well, they
I assume they're
will be
aluminum.
steel. Or no, they probably will be aluminum. Oh wait, we're not talking about G3 mags now, are we?
No, we're talking about the mags that HMG is going to be making.
Right.
Is that a thing, or have I missed something, or did somebody just invent that?
No,
No.
they said that they were going to do it.
Oh my god!
Well, they say a lot of things.
I'm only
They're going to
interested in
do
one-
it. It's just a
one
question
thing
of whether
they said-
any of us will be alive when it comes out.
I'm only
Right.
interested in one thing they said 3 fucking years ago.
It is 3 years ago now, isn't it?
4 years ago.
So
They asked
I
me 4 years ago because
When
close.
did we put money down?
Hold please.
I did mine in December. You guys, I think, did late November.
Okay.
2000.
But you sold yours. You're not a pre-order customer anymore.
Not anymore, because
Yeah.
Ah.
some dumbass bought it off me.
So it's
Yeah, but-
more. Regardless, it's more than 3 years.
You're not going to be able to bitch, though. That's the best part about keeping
Yeah.
it. That's why I haven't asked for a refund. I want to be able to bitch when I fucking get it and it doesn't
I'm gonna
work.
bitch until the bitter end when they finally hand me a rifle when they're about to crash, just like I drew it up.
I don't think Mac can throw those rifles very far, so you get to drive a long ways.
So I actually did a little Facebook detectivery, and it turns out Mac used to work for Siemens, and
Oh, yeah?
I am very tempted to call Siemens and just say, did he build anything while he worked at your company
Hey,
in all the years?
if they're-
I mean, that company's fucking huge. They don't have a fucking clue who that guy is.
that's the joke.
Done, JPEG. Can you use this muzzle device to open beer?
Sure.
You can use anything to open a beer with enough fucking willpower.
I was gonna say that the Tyne flash hider should be perfect for opening beer.
Yeah.
Go grab a beer.
Well,
Science time. I was stretching.
See,
anything you can wedge a mini bic in, you can use to open a beer.
that's true.
That's why you buy a new gun, and as you're leaving the gun store, you throw it across the parking lot.
I'm surprised Wordy hasn't put up a shot of him shooting a can of beer from like across the field and cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea. You might pick that up.
Best
he
shit
never
post
watches
ever.
it.
Holy shit!
I
That
don't
would get
know.
so many internet points.
I don't know. No, because it would be so esoteric because not everybody would know it's a boy's rifle. It is
If he spelled it BOYES, all the FUDs would get it.
Well, but here's the thing. Wordy peaked, if you noticed, and hasn't posted all that.
That's because all of his shit got deleted and fucking banned, so he doesn't want to put the effort in anymore. He can't fucking YouTube fawn.
The AR. No, I'm talking about the on Reddit. The AR-15 versus AR-500 was probably the pinnacle of shit posting.
Oh, it was stolen so many times.
That has to be the number one thing I see recycling.
You know what, though? He's an attracted man. He was standing right next to me and got interviewed twice by 2 different outlets. Got doxxed, got Twittered about, it's just funny. I think it's the pink rifle.
Yeah, the pink rifle, along with the camo and the K patches. And
somebody asked him if it was his daughter's. I thought that was pretty funny.
But he didn't use the proper grip on that.
The AFG, the vertical 4 penis, should have been a penis.
Yes.
Oh God, damn, this thing's heavy.
You were gonna
aren't you so fucking glad you didn't fucking take that up there?
Complaining about taking that 10 feet across the room, and you wanted to schlep that thing for 3 hours in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So how much of it was my chiding of not having control of the fire control group and versus
Yeah, and I wasn't too
back?
worried about that because it was not going to be
Who's gonna be
loaded.
carrying around a fucking BMG to fucking throw a bullet in there and try to pull the trigger anyway?
I
Like,
told him-
nobody.
I don't know.
I told him
I'd
to just hire a
like-
Sherpa and just have the Sherpa do the lugging for him. Because I mean, like if you're going to downtown Pittsburgh, technically you're on safari at that point. So
Well, if it comes up again, one of the guys that works for me might do it because he's
Yeah,
young
your sales guy.
and strong. Yeah.
Strong.
Oh God,
Is he dumb too? Because that'll help.
he is. He is a little bit dumb. Jesus.
Dude, even shooting one of those offhand is fucking damn near impossible. Fuck that, carrying one all day.
I mean, if you want to get serious, you better be carrying that Barrett and an AR.
Well, yeah,
M16, because I mean that would only be appropriate.
you got to have your backup weapon. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just good sense.
For when they get close.
I mean, do you have your do you have an M4 upper for M4 clone upper for you?
You know,
he's got
the two-
I
everything.
did not.
I
the-
didn't think
the-
you would.
You know what? None of my ARs were set up for single point slings.
Really?
So I fucking fixed that. I ordered
Oh.
a shit ton of those. Fucking Magpul.
Yeah.
Why are those so expensive?
because they're good.
Fuck. Jesus, they're
It's
expensive.
the quick release fucking.
Yeah, when you get 8 of them though, they're expensive.
Mhm.
They're like
When you get 8 of
$60 a
anything-
piece.
When you
But-
get 8 of anything, they're expensive. Like X-Wive, just ask Larry King.
I tell you what, though, if you want to go on a rifle hike, I highly recommend a Magpul fucking single point sling, a 10-inch M16. That is the ultimate rifle hiking setup right there. Boom.
I am going to have to go ahead and insert with my buy of my first buy of 2019, and I believe this is the best hiking setup. that you can-
But it's not fully automatic.
Yeah, but it's a
It
1022.
shoots the
that
pea
fits-
shooters. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It straps very nicely to your pack.
Needs more SPR, bro.
It does. I will be SPRing this,
Mhm.
and putting a nice Taxol barrel on it. But I love this fucking
Boop.
stock. It's
Yeah.
great.
And
It's
who makes this fantastic product?
Magpul. It only took them like
Yeah.
15 fucking
Yeah.
months to come out with it after announcing the damn thing. It's just like it took them forever to come out with the Ruger American Predator stock, like they did with their Remington 700.
They do seem to make like stuff better though. They don't. I don't think they've made a ton of missteps on things. You know what I mean?
I can't think of a
That's the coolest
single
thing.
product that's a bullshit of theirs.
The
Not a
Glock-
single
even-
one.
The
Even
Glock,
their
first release
cheap ass bipod is at skookum as frig.
they recalled the first Glock. I think it might have been the 19 mags, or it was the Glock 17 mags, because accidentally somebody pushed a commit to the system and committed a older version of whatever CAD drawing into the injection molder.
Oh,
That seems like a huge fuck up.
Yeah, and they recalled a bunch because there was the geometry was wrong. They recalled them, they replaced them. They were done and done, and that's the only thing I've ever heard of, other than the goddamn lie that won't die of, oh, Magpul mags will split.
yeah, no, they fucking.
That's
don't
why they need
split.
the little cover,
Oh my god!
so the lips don't split.
Eventually, the Philips do wear out, but
They
yeah,
do, but so do
It's long after any aluminum mag fucking died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aluminum mags die because the brass shaves off aluminum, or the bolt shaves off aluminum.
Magpul gets the no bullshit seal of approval.
But I mean, this little doodad with the can, the light barrel, and the little red dot is a awesome. Oh, and the butt holds, 3 more
Oh.
mags.
So what you're saying is you like big butts and you cannot lie?
I love big butts, and I can't lie. I put the high cheek point in here because
The riser?
at some point I am going to go
Cool.
ahead and fill this with foam and I want to drill out the stock and see if I can find a hollow space in here to fill it, so it can be an actual AR-7 replacement in the fact that it'll float.
Cool.
So I want to make it float. That's my ultimate goal for this project, is to figure out a way to make a 10.
Are you sure it doesn't float already?
It's way too heavy. I mean, I can try, but I'm very positive that it won't.
I bet you it might.
All it has to do is displace more water than it weighs.
And water's heavy as fuck, so
8 pounds per gallon.
I mean,
7.6
maybe if
pounds
you
per
went with
gallon.
one of those magnesium.
I was estimating, sir. God damn it.
8.33 pounds per gallon.
How heavy is this water? Are we talking heavy water or regular water?
No.
So if you cut the barrel down to a foot long and put a titanium suppressor on there.
And what if you swapped out the receiver with the magnesium receiver?
Nice.
What if you put it in a life preserver?
Yeah. Then you could have $1,000 1022.
I was gonna say like probably more than that.
But
one that doubles as a flare if you can light the receiver on fire if you ever need to signal aircraft, as magnesium burns like a motherfucker.
It sure does.
Just shave
a little bit and then
little bit.
spark it
Just
with
need a
the
little bit.
get your bic out and
It's your ultimate pack rifle.
You got a bic, you don't need a light.
But this space here is also hollow. So I mean, if I put some nice fluffy foam in all,
as long as that won't already fill with water, it's better the way it is without foam in it.
Because air is lighter than foam.
Well, this part is all air, but I don't know if the center of this is actually hollow though.
But what we're saying is, if it is, you're better off not
leaving
poking holes.
Yeah.
Or filling it with helium.
You should go right now and fill your bathtub so you can throw it.
Fill it with nitrogen. Yeah, that's what all the cool kids use.
Helium, though, so you can like throw off the people when they're chasing you. You suck some helium out, and they think you're clear over there.
Well, when you shoot the gun, it'll sound like that. It'll be like,
that would be hilarious. Pew, 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 pew.
So that actually made me think of, has anybody considered injecting helium into a suppressor before you fire the first shot?
No, but we could arrange that.
Why wouldn't you put like hexafluoride in there?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Something nice and heavy. It's not going to fall out.
Oh.
Sulfur hexafluoride.
Because it'll cause a baffle strike when the bullet hits.
It might.
Slows the bullet down so much.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and have a little bit of conversation about that. When you create a Form 1 can, you want to always make sure, and just go ahead and throw your 22 can, just throw it on a semi-auto and hold on.
And what? Oh, did you put fine threads? Oh,
I don't know if this is going to show up, but there is a nice baffle strike right on the end of that formerly round hole. Is not so round anymore.
Man,
how'd that happen?
I think a bullet hit it.
I honestly think it was probably the 60 grain Aguila super subs.
Yeah, the ones that every manufacturer tells you not to use.
So the bullet drops far enough to hit the can before it leaves the can.
I think it got wobbly in there.
They're crazy sub though. They're so quiet when they work.
No, you know what's better?
Are your shoulders square? Because I had a lot of trouble with Bart's little PS90 barrel there with the I had to put it on the barrel and then throw that in the lathe and then turn the fucking.
I mean, the shoulder on my fucking can is probably the thing that's the problem. I probably can just fix it by tugging on it a little bit, but it
is a real problem because like I had to.
I'm just gonna come visit you, and I'm gonna say, "Can I borrow the 180? I just need to make sure that this hole's big enough."
I don't have the 180.
Well, go get the goddamn 180.
And it's probably not. Is it threaded?
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple barrels for it.
You can't not buy a 180 and not fucking thread the damn thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I believe that is.
That's a way to light up a fucking suppressor, huh?
Yeah, but it's just slow. It's not the burn though. There's no
hold it. It goes
gas.
He goes shh. He goes, Bert,
You just hear the tray running around. You don't even hear the fucking sound of the gun.
Do you just blame the dog at that point, or?
I assume so.
So
It's my make-believe minigun.
I'd say we could do some topics.
Oh, let's do a topic.
I thought I was just kind of spitballing topics. I didn't know we had topics.
We have a few.
I totally didn't look at the thread.
You actually have
imagine
a
that.
plethora.
Yeah, we had a lot. I'd actually.
Oh,
pick and
okay.
choose.
Apparently, I just burnt up half the damn show.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
We've done worse.
No, our first topic was there's a test case for marijuana.
Oh yeah, that's the
Gunnership.
doctor, right? The
Yeah,
doctor.
the doctor. Yeah,
Oh
Nice.
yes, I forgot about that.
that's from December 19th. We haven't had a show since December 9th, so
Oof. It's almost like you guys continued on without me.
We moved on. Sorry, Omni.
Yeah, it's not us, it's you. I mean,
yeah.
There we go.
Things are getting less crazy at work, so
Mm.
I can actually start dedicating time to the internet.
Is that what you're calling it now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I won my thing, but I'm really pissed off now that I won my politics battle at work.
Oh.
Sometimes, kids, all right, gather around while we figure out the next topic is, I'm going to say, sometimes winning a political fight at work is not worth winning.
I believe the dictionary refers to that as a Pyrrhic victory.
Yes. Pyrrhic is the word. But pirate victory, I'll take because, pirates are cool.
Yar.
Yeah,
It's almost as if you were
and
hoisted by your own
Your own
petard.
Picard.
Hmm.
Yes.
plus there's
Gentlemen,
booty involved,
it's
and
an
everybody likes booty.
I like booty.
Booty.
I mean, Omni just admitted he liked big butts, so I mean,
Well, I mean, you don't have to have a big butt, but
but it
butts are
helps.
nice. But you can make up for not having a big butt in other ways.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what was the topic again?
I don't know.
Guns and
I am-
weed.
Guns
Oh,
and
yeah.
weed.
Weed.
Oh, huh.
Yes.
Guns and
Forgot
weed.
what we were talking about?
Yeah.
Is there an example?
I wonder. Hopefully, this guy has the money to push this up through the courts,
Right?
because I don't know. He's apparently uses it to treat PTSD, but he's a doctor, has his weed card, prescribes it to people all the time.
Mm.
His application was denied due to his use of medical use of cannabis, which is legal in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
In November, he filed a lawsuit that names acting
Oh,
Attorney
right.
General Michael Whitaker and the directors of the FBI and ATF. So,
Who just pinged me on?
Because he had to file that in federal court, right? You can't file that in state court. Which is what I don't understand, because Pennsylvania doesn't use NICs. It uses PICs. So if he got denied,
Yeah. So, yeah, that's on your state level, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
he got denied because he was talking with the 4473 with the people at the store.
Oh, yeah, no, that's because he can't check no on 11E.
Mhm.
Hold on one second.
Yeah. The clerk began to ask Roman a few questions, including if he possessed a medical cannabis card pursuant to question 11E on the ATS form 4473. ATA Roman, who has no criminal history, told the clerk truthfully that he has a medical prescription for marijuana. Sorry, the clerk told him, no gun.
gotcha.
It's nice that somebody's doing this.
It's not the first time it happened. It happened back in 2011, too.
Mm.
Oh, it wasn't legal in
And-
the state then, right?
And that was in Nevada, yeah. And 2016, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals have reaffirmed the ATS policy explicitly restricting individuals
I had to go.
from using cannabis and owning firearms.
The
had to go
Ninth
find the
Circus
new-
Court sided against gun owners. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, the Ninth Circuit. I mean, they did that case that that said even if you're not using marijuana, if you have the card, having the card implies use. Kind of like having a driver's license implies that you own a car.
So the guy, from as far as I can understand,
Jesus.
the guy never actually got denied
Are you okay, Fluffy?
a
Yeah,
state
just
level
trying to cycle my rifle.
or a
Did you get
federal
bit
level.
by it?
He just got,
I thought you had the 50 cal. I thought you were getting BMG from.
he got denied at the store level.
Yeah.
So it never got called in.
So because I had to go fucking dig for a fucking new 4473 because all I have is the old ones. The E specifically states, do you use marijuana? And he clicks yes, and therefore denied. And you can't actually have an appeal if you don't get an actual denial from Nix. So that's what's different about this one.
Yeah, and the retailer cannot proceed with the transaction once they know that the
Person is prohibited.
the potential purchaser is already in violation of federal law.
Yes. Yep.
Correct. And so, here's a good thing about I'm going to have to look this up for my state level wise, is that as an FFL in Washington State, you have the duty to file with our state a denial because we passed a stupid fucking law that was stupid fucking stupidness. But one of the things in it was that we had to notify our state patrol, which is our state police, about a denial. And I wonder if a denial at the onset, where you don't even call it in, they just can't fill out the form as appropriate.
Is there any federal law
basically-
prohibiting an FFL from being a medical marijuana card holder?
When you say an FFL, are you referring as a corporation, or are you referring
Yeah, I
to a
was going to say,
responsible
because
party?
an FFL is a corporation in a person.
Most
My corporation has PTSD because of all the tariffs.
I will tell you that my FFL is right next door to a weed shop. They have a common wall.
You have to go in the right order.
There's literally a common wall
Yeah.
between a gun shop and a weed shop. It's great. Washington's awesome.
Yeah, weed doctor. I'm really stressed out because I just bought a gun and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to control myself. What do I do? Well, I got just the ticket.
Yeah, well, Maui Wowie ought to do the trick, right?
FC, that is the most drug related
Yeah, that's
phrase that I've ever heard it from you. That's
Well, I
spraying
learned it from Better Call Saul.
okay.
Yeah, which
Fair
is
enough.
an excellent show, by the way.
Fair enough.
It's a very excellent show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mark
if you
serves
bust
hot.
out a phrase like sour tangy, then we'll start worrying.
Yeah, like fainting goat.
Fainting goat.
If Pet
We're
smoked
not
pot,
actually just making things up here, FC.
I have a new strain. It's called Couch Locked Idiot.
I was gonna say if Pest smoked pot, he would totally buy that brand called fainting goat. Or
I've smoked pot. It turns me into a couch locked fucking idiot. I do my lip to my teeth. It's fucking terrible. It's
But
useless.
Pest hasn't smoked pot since the 80s, so that's okay.
I gave it a good college try, but
he did a lot of. He hasn't done a lot
We
of.
all did it in college. We didn't
sorry,
get-
no, I gave it the good junior high school try. Let's call
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
Fucking, and every fucking joint in my body aches. It's the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
Hey, CBD is legal now.
You need some of that
I believe.
CBD stuff,
It's been,
man.
Yeah, CBD has been completely descheduled.
No, it only aches when I'm on weed.
What you're saying is you need a joint for your joint.
What you need, bro, now that you're high as a kite and stuck to the fucking
More
couch,
weed.
is some CBD so that your joints don't ache.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
So some people may or may not know I got a dog last month.
Is she a good girl?
Well, she's a great girl. She's a great girl, and she's my best girl. And she actually has seizures, and so one of the things we might end up putting her on is CBD.
Yeah.
For the seizure
I
control.
don't think you have to say that on a 4473 though.
No,
Yeah,
but now
only if the
my
dog's behind the
house will have a semi-controlled substance in it. So
Well, see, that's the thing that
all
I
you're
want to see
saying, all
tested
you're
in
saying on a
Pennsylvania.
4473 is if you're a user or not.
Yeah, I know.
So-
but I'm
so-
talking about other time outside of that.
So Pennsylvania has, I mean, maybe Washington has it too, but
No,
Pennsylvania
you
has
guys
this
have
thing
something
where,
special about CBD.
well, no, it's where you can actually apply, not for a medical marijuana card, but you can apply to be a caregiver for someone who has a medical marijuana prescription.
That's right. That's something unique to you guys, is that
Right.
you can actually act as a marijuana.
So if you're a
proxy.
caregiver, does that mean you can answer no on the form because you're
Yes,
not using
because you're
it?
providing it. But
Right.
however, there were instances of a being in anybody's marijuana system was causing a flag to go up at the FBI, because God damn it, let's get rid of this fucking wacky weed because that's just ruining America.
The jazz musicians are hooting on it out back of the thingamajigs and causing problems with the white girls and.
Them black guys are sure getting uppity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, this ain't the 50s, guys.
Mhm.
Weed ain't this terrible thing.
Schedule 1. It's exactly as bad for you as heroin.
It is worse for you than heroin.
Heroin is Schedule 2? Oh, Jesus Christ.
What I found out,
Cocaine and heroin are Schedule 2.
this is interesting. Cocaine
Cocaine actually has a modern application for medical sciences because it's used as a topical analgesic for
Dentistry and
eye
stuff.
eye surgery.
Yeah, I actually went into my ENT the other day for my annual checkup, just check my ears, make sure all the plumbing's working. And he's like, "Yeah, your sinuses are really swollen. Let's fix that." And he takes this giant fucking needle, and it's just a steroid. We're just going to inject it in your sinus. And I'm like, "Are you going to do any local or anything? Because I heard you do that with cocaine." He's like, "No, we can't give you any cocaine." And it hurt like a motherfucker. And I was like, "God damn it, I wanted some cocaine."
So I went and found some.
I don't like cocaine. I just like how it smells.
I just want to be able to tell people, "Yeah, I did some cocaine."
It's Novocaine. It's different. It's
All
new.
right. Hey, I came on the show thinking that, Bart would be our showrunner. And where the hell is our showrunner trying to get us back on track?
Sorry, I had to take a call from my pedal system. So
He was pooping.
No,
He was pooping.
that too.
Well, that's the easiest to remove handguard I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, you pull and flip.
Yeah, no,
No,
but it's
I don't know, Fluffy. The MP5 handguard's pretty easy.
that's true.
I will also say the Ruger version of the D-ring is probably the best invention that Ruger gave the AR.
The 416 hand. One screw, boom, you're done.
No, I have to object to that. Is that the Ruger makes D-ring better than HK?
HK didn't do a D-ring. They did a fucking free float
that's
rail
right.
that has
They did a
one
rail
fucking
with a
screw,
button
and it's
in it.
fucking
Right.
it's brilliant and
Yes.
it's awesome. Yes.
And it's free floated. Okay.
It
I
is
see the point.
crowd
I see the
space
point.
magic.
Right.
It's fucking awesome.
I see.
our next topic was since you
Moving
guys are done
on.
talking about what you're talking about. If you want an example or what do they call that, letter from the ATF,
Gotta send in a gun.
yes, you have to send in an
Attach
example.
The prototype, and so this is actually guys, this is actually a good thing for us because not
send in
every
bump stocks?
goddamn fucking Dick and Harry can go and say, "It's my pistol. If I have a brace on it and I put it in my shoulder, is it a rifle now?"
Okay, Omni, I just want to say this. Like, if you do that voice again, I'm gonna get flashbacks from doing the gun show a couple weeks ago, and I have had a terrible headache this all day. If you could
Jesus
not
fucking
do that
Christ.
ever again, I
I
would
expect
appreciate
at least one good Omni meme coming out of whatever I do then. Because that is the stupidness that well, golly, somebody said that I might be going to jail for 10 years, and if I put my pistol brace to my shoulder.
I just assumed they were getting DDoSed by Billy Joe Bob, who wanted to find out if his shit was legal or not.
They
See,
are.
There's
That's the
good
problem.
things though.
So the tech department hasn't responded to a goddamn fucking letter of mine in a year and a half.
They stopped responding to mine completely.
Yeah, that was because we both are assholes and asking, well...
Yeah, because if we take an AR pistol and we attach a stock certificate to the...
Okay. So here's the thing. Everybody, I want you... Wait, what?
FC wrote the guy. So he, what was it, about 2 years ago? He wrote the goddamn ATF asking if I put a stock certificate taped to my AR, is it now an SPR?
like you do.
The best one was the guy that
FC and I created a goddamn panic buy at the national level. FC's gone ahead and created a goddamn federal mandate of stop sending us shit.
It probably was that guy that put the fleshlight in the end of his sig brace and then took a picture of it with it on his dick to him. That's probably where they probably went, maybe we should kind of
I believe
working this shit a bit.
There's 11 people.
No. They want an example sent to them.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's why they want the example sent.
I have homework for our audience of there's 11 people watching now, which means 12.
12.
So we're all watching, which means there's like 7 people who are not us.
No, it doesn't count us.
Okay, it doesn't? Are you sure?
No,
It doesn't count
it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody watching now and everybody watching in the future, take a poverty pony lower from Anderson, the $39 fucking lowers, send it to ATF and ask them if it's a qualified 80% lower. Aha!
God damn it.
Everybody send a poverty pony to ATF. Seriously. Get you a poverty pony off the internet, send it to ATF, and ask them if it's fucking 80%, or ask them if it's a firearm or not.
Wouldn't you have to like ship it through? Well, you wouldn't have to ship it through an FFL.
So here's you can directly mail
Actually,
the ATF branch to ATF Tech branch. Only the ATF Tech branch can you mail a firearm.
So for $40
Do not.
and $6 in postage, you could mail a lower to the ATF for lulz and ask them if it's a firearm or not, and they would have to tell you it's yes. Yes, it is a firearm.
And then they would have to ship it back to you, right?
Yeah. That's the funny part.
Oh, here, that's perfectly legal, regardless, because
This is something we need to be doing during this shutdown. So when they come back in, there's this huge fucking pile.
What the fuck?
And so open up these boxes, they're not forms in them, there's fucking guns in them.
Please don't send any plum crazy lowers. Just poverty ponies. I mean,
oh man. If our little cabal here ever actually decided to fuck with the government and actually could,
tens of people would help
Yeah,
us. It would be glorious.
we probably could fuck up a whole bunch of stuff at a national level. I just want to point out the 5 of us could probably exert some sort.
We would probably make one guy's week really fucking bad.
No, but that one guy would complain to the proper supervisor that proper supervisor would go, all right, let's go ahead and issue an edict.
I worked in government for 14 years. That's not the way it
Actually,
works.
we could do this cheaper.
Military government, not civilian government.
We could do this cheaper. We could just go down to Home Depot and get a 1 foot
just blocks.
A 1 foot water pipe with threads on either end, right? The little extendo
Is this
Extendo?
a suppressor?
No,
Is
is
this a
this a
suppressor?
firearm? No, like it's a
Ooh,
Suomi
yes.
receiver or whatever, right? Like
Yes.
you could,
It's a Sten.
if you were really ambitious, you could cut a slot in it with a Dremel or something.
I just still want to point out that
Just like write AR-15 and Sharpie on the side and send that in.
You can write.
we are discounting the amount of influence at a national level.
You could electro pencil all kinds of fucking Pony Boy or My Little. Who are the kids?
My
What
Little
are they?
Pony.
My Little Pony.
Yeah, but
The
what they're
bronies.
called bronies.
Bronies.
You can write a bunch of
Bronies.
brony or
There we
hentai
go.
bullshit on it with an electro pencil and send it in.
There is some stuff though that some of the guys have been doing. I know Semper wanted to see if he could make fit like in the B5 mod stocks. Those little tubes they have on the side are perfect for like a 22 barrel sleeve.
Jesus Christ.
So you could put, he was going to send an opinion letter on that, I think, but obviously he doesn't have a prototype yet. But
I would also like to say that the most.
So you're talking smoothbore 22 long rifle barrel, hammer fired with the actual claw hammer.
mm-hmm. Totally. Ball peen.
Well, I mean,
Just so you know, it's not readily available at every hardware store because not every hardware store is a ball peen hammer.
Wait, you know what works as a ball peen hammer? A screwdriver.
No, it doesn't. That fucks up your screwdriver. I want something that's harder than the object that I'm hitting.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to focus this on me. Look at that.
Wheeler.
I might have used my Wheeler as a ball peen hammer in its history. It's been a rubber mallet. It works really fucking well as a rubber mallet.
Of course, it's plastic.
Speaking of strange things, I find it odd that me and Omni, we unintentionally, unwittingly created a gigantic panic buy. But here's the best part: we didn't know each other at the time. We were two strangers on the internet.
Just met each other on Omegle one night, jerking off.
I want to point out that our
we showed up at the furry convention wearing the same outfit.
We got to give a shout out, honestly, to our mutual contact that parted us way too early, which I wish was still here. Iron Chin. That the three of us caused the 2013 panic. Well,
yeah, I'll take credit for that.
The way the scale started.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, I accidentally added an extra 0 to this bid. But
there was no
FC
accident.
decided to set a goddamn minimum to the auction of like $10 million.
$1 billion.
I had a pet butterfly that caused the hurricane over in Japan.
Fucking butterflies.
What was that noise?
That was me inhaling through my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, but I found that it was just completely ridiculous that like a couple years after we did it, I was like, Ami, that was you. And you were like, that was you. And it was like, yeah, it's.
No, I knew it was you the whole time because it was actually Iron Chin that sent me the link.
Hey, just look at it this way. If this is the stuff we do on accident, imagine what we could accomplish if we actually did stuff on purpose.
Yeah.
Speaking of accidents, that could bring us to our next topic.
Oh, look at
that.
What you should do if you magically find a NFA item, either in your house,
let me just say this right up front.
Or you just pick up a machine gun on the road somewhere.
I read that entire fucking thread, and it gave me cancer.
Hold on. Let's stick to something as innocuous as finding a suppressor. Because
I went to Harbor Freight and they had a whole bin full of grommets, and I'm like, oh man, I just found a bunch of baffles.
A machine gun though has it has a whole different series of events to go
I know where this goes. This goes in my attic.
Because yeah, right. A machine gun, SOT. You need an SOT to go ahead and make a post sample. Blah 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 bullshit.
Yeah,
Whereas
I rewelded
you don't need a SOT to form one a suppressor. So let's just focus on the germane item.
If anybody knows what we're talking about, it was an NFA thread.
It was an RNFA
where a guy found a suppressor in a closet in his house, and he knows he does not own any suppressors.
So and it was also super close to after shot. And there was also some. There's always stuff.
No, that was just like a week ago.
Yeah, it was like 3 days ago.
I thought he's checked the serial number and it was really low and it was really after shot.
I don't remember that. The thread got deleted.
Anyways, so you have a marginally legal NFA item that shows up in front of you.
I would argue that it's not marginally legal, but okay.
It's marginally legal in the fact that it's not a fucking machine gun. It's not a machine gun, so therefore it can go on the registry.
But it's still an NFA item that
it can go on the registry still.
Required.
Yeah, so if you really like, technically, you could if you
can
found a can,
re-register it.
If you found a can sitting on the back of your dryer that you didn't look at in a while or whatever, you could technically file a Form 1 and
yeah, you can still put it on the registry.
You can find a way to make it legal. Yes.
The first thing you do is you call up the ATF and say, "Hey, I want to check on this serial number." You give them the serial number, and then they will tell you.
No, actually, they will not.
Whether or not
they will not.
Actually, no.
Yeah,
you have
they
to
will.
Freedom of Information Act.
No, if you call them up saying, "Hey, this is the serial number. Who owns this?" They will not tell you.
Yeah, they will, because I had to do that for my machine gun when my fucking guy that I bought it went to Chile instead of firing the forms for it.
They shouldn't have done that. I've done it in the past, and ATF basically said,
well,
if you're not party to a transaction where
I did a little bit of social engineering there, and I knew who the guy's name was, so I'm like, well, it's still registered in this guy's name. So
and that's a little bit different. But if you call them up and say, "Hey, this is," I see we've made Omni so mad he's left. If you call them up and say, "Hey, who owns AB123," they usually will not tell you.
Apparently, the can didn't come out till SHOT Show 2016, so it was a decently new can.
Right. The ATF's basis is your Form 4 is technically a tax document, and you can't and tax documents are not technically, public knowledge.
All right. So you find a random goddamn suppressor that is not yours in your house. You live with other people. You know what you go out to do? You go out to your garage. You find this. You find your biggest fucking framing hammer.
You need a bigger hammer.
Mash the fuck out of everything that it consists of that, and you throw it the fuck away.
Yeah, because a flat tube is not designed to. Yeah. So, but yeah, destruction requirements are only a problem on machine guns because.
Once a machine gun, always a machine gun.
There's you just take the baffles out of it and keep the
definition
rest of
a
it?
machine gun.
No, your baffles are still considered
smash it all. Smash everything.
Can't you just smash the baffles?
No.
It's just a tube. It's not suppressing anything.
You have to smash the tube because that's the serialized part.
Or
that was the definition of Form 2 that generated that device. It was tied to that tube.
Or
what if you take like an electric pencil and put like an A after it? Is that okay?
Version 1.01.
You just go out to your garage. You go to your garage. You find the biggest fucking hammer you have and wail on it, and you're done. That's it. You're done.
Or if you're from firearms, you just keep it until the HPA passes and it's legal.
Hey guys, did you know? I'm not going to buy a can until HPA passes because that's going to pass next year because we go ahead and we elected a president that's going to definitely push through and respect gun rights.
No. That's not true.
Boy does, but he don't.
Our president is going to, in one package of omnibus gun rights legislation, he's going to make national concealed carry legal. He's going to pass HPA. He's going to eliminate Gun-Free School Zones Act, allow guns on military bases, and build the wall all at the same time.
Hashtag anyone but Hillary 2016. We got what we deserve.
Unfortunately.
But anyways,
Could be worse. Could be Hillary.
Yeah, except that shit probably wouldn't have gotten through Congress or.
No, it wouldn't have, because everybody would have been like, "This is a misappropriation of governmentness because you shouldn't be issuing statutes as a agency."
Actually, the thread did get deleted.
No, somebody please omni.
No.
Flipping back to the original discussion topic, if you find a can, you can actually turn it into the PD or ATF. They will look up who the registered owner is and make an attempt to return it to the rightful owner.
Yes,
what he meant to say is you can actually
turn it into converse with them and say why you are actually not the person that fucking stole it.
What he meant to say is you can actually turn it into a Form 1 can.
Yes.
Oh my God! Why did nobody else suggest that?
Because nobody asked me.
Pest, you just blew my fucking mind. You got 3 baffles.
I saw your mind explode.
You got to put that. You got to put the little A after it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Or you just make your own serial number because you're making a Form 1 can.
Or P for pest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just call it freebie 1.
Here's the thing, kids. Don't just buzz off the original markings. Use a stamp. Use a bunch of stamps and stamp the shit out of the original markings.
I'm gonna pour myself another very, very.
Here's
very,
the thing.
very
Here's how ATF determines what happened with a destroyed serial number. They can like do a chemical process to peel to see what marks are on the thing because of compressed metal.
I doubt.
But if you take your own stamp set and re-stamp the shit out of it like 97 times, you have just obfuscated your fucking serial number. Boom, done.
That was somebody else's serial number.
Yes, but it was yours because you had it.
Actually, the smart thing to do would be to weld it over and then weld a plate over the top of it.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Yes, absolutely. But it's much easier just to buy a stamp set from Harbor Freight.
Whing.
I learned this because I have a fucking ink pad stamp for obfuscating our address on every piece of fucking junk mail that fucking arrives in our house.
You don't just throw it in the shredder? My kid's going to, you got shit we need to shred? I'm like, yeah, here, go shred all this stuff.
For me, the junk pile is just the kindling pile for the fireplace.
On the farm it used to be, but not in the city.
Yeah. What I should be doing is actually shredding and compressing and turning into Duralogs for consumption at Infidel's garage.
Oh, I'm so fucking pissed off I didn't buy the goddamn KFC Duralog. I wanted the. Didn't I link that to the?
Did it smell like chicken when it burned?
I was gonna say,
it smelled like chicken.
Jesus fucking Christ!
The house smelled like fried KFC.
I want off this fucking planet.
It was amazing.
I have a Klotz candle.
I wanted more.
So here's
but
the
you were
thing,
limited to one.
I have to worry though because menthol cigarettes taste like mint after you burn them and ingest them into your lungs. Mm-hmm. So what smells like fucking fried chicken after you fucking burn it?
Oh my god, I don't know.
How do you even engineer
chicken livers,
that crazy fucking molecule?
Because that's the right amount of fat protein mix. I don't know.
But my 11 original herbs and spices, bro. Like, because KFC wouldn't fucking release like a regular fucking pleb tier fucking Duralog that smells like generic chicken. It would have to smell like KFC brand KFC chicken.
Are you saying I should have saved it to
I mean,
molecular?
I'm curious. I'm curious.
What molecularness?
I assume it's lead, asbestos, and some other fucking random shit. What
$20
takes like
the house smelled like KFC for like a week.
God.
Speaking of random shit, like this entire show.
Here's to marketing.
Next thing was the Barrett that Fluffy bought over, and he did not carry to the rally. But as someone who has been out and being vocal about our Second Amendment rights, maybe you could give us a rundown of what the The show was there in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so the mayor, Bill Potato Head, is
Sitting
trying
in
to
class.
pass 3 ordinances, basically an AWB.
So wait,
a-
hold on. Is this specific to a city of a second class or?
Yes, it's because there's only one of those.
Yes, there's
So-
only one of a first and a second. Yeah,
Yes, there's only one first-class city, which is Philadelphia, and there's only
Phil-
one second-class city, which is Pittsburgh.
Philadelphia is very special. It's
Yes.
very. It's there's
Oh, Philly special. I see what you did there.
They got the
there are
Liberty Bell.
multiple levels of special with Pennsylvania because you also have where your what's each county can have a whatchamacallit, constable.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, who's actually an elected Leo, or
Yeah.
he's an LEA actually, and can technically your constable could request a post sample.
Is it like?
Oh yeah, probably could, sure.
Yeah, no,
is it like
that's
Patton
entirely
Oswalt
under
and
federal
Justified
law.
Constable Bob?
Constables in Pennsylvania could request post samples.
You know what? You've just given me a great idea.
Fucking
Ah!
goddamn! God,
Vote Fluffy, baby. Vote Fluffy.
I do
Oh.
know in Pennsylvania that your constables can choose what they enforce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can choose what you do.
Yeah.
For
They have a ton of discretion. Yeah.
Yes, do this, Fluffy.
So anyway,
Okay.
the mayor, Bill Potato Head, is trying to pass these 3 ordinances. One's an AWB, one bans high-capacity magazines, bump stocks, and other accessories. And the third one is, I can never remember the third one. Third one is
Probably universal background checks.
No, it's red flag protection
It's
emergency.
the same
Take
thing
your
we
guns.
have in that.
Yeah,
Oh, this person might shoot me.
yeah.
Take his guns away,
Take his guns away.
and they
So
will.
those 3 things, and if you violate one of those, it's a misdemeanor of the first class. And basically, the reason I attended, because I'm a gun guy, but the other reason I attended is I drive through Pittsburgh every day to get to work. So I would be breaking the law every day that I drive through with my pistola.
Ooh, you would be.
And let me take a step back here. And for the viewers who are not familiar with gun laws, New York State is absolutely abhorrent about guns and gun laws and that sort of thing. And New York State also happens to have this really weird thing called home rule. So basically, under state law, each municipality, each town, village, city, whatever, can enact their own laws doing pretty much whatever they want.
This is
You
why
have-
state preemption is.
So you have this complete pastiche that literally something can be legal in one town, you cross the border and it's not legal in another. And what Omni was talking about, where that's why you have a state preemption, so you don't have situations like that. Pennsylvania has that state preemption, but the local government is basically saying, fuck your state preemption, we're going to do whatever we want. And that's what's all these little pastiche gun laws. It's so bullshit.
Pennsylvania is special in the fact that they make they carve out exemptions into whatever exemptions that they have for its cities of the first and second class.
Right. So Philadelphia, for instance, you have to have a license to carry firearms.
To
Carry a firearm carry a
all?
firearm openly in Philadelphia. You cannot conceal carry in Philadelphia.
at all.
No. You have
So-
to have
so
an
they-
LTCF, and if you do, you can open carry.
So
the
you have
other
to go
thing
to the
that's-
Isn't
Vermont
that in
thing
violation
of-
of the preemption law?
No,
No,
they
because
have the
there's a
exemption.
carve out for the first class city.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going on is our governor, Tom Wolf,
Mr.
declared
Potato Butt.
Mr. Potato Head's buddy declared a state of emergency because of the opioid crisis in Pennsylvania. And in Pennsylvania law, during a
isn't
state of
wrong.
emergency,
I'll
you can't carry a rifle or shotgun openly unless you have an LTCF. So that was when we went to the rally started out as an open carry PA rally.
But they had the declaration of emergency.
Right. But everybody was like, fuck it, we're bringing our shit anyway. But I'm sure everybody there had an LTCF. And apparently the state's not real concerned about that law because they didn't actually check anybody. So we had 600
States
people,
never is.
probably a half of which were carrying firearms openly.
I want to point out that a lot of times when you have these situations is that you end up with the people that don't care enough, which are actually probably your state or local police, because they go, if somebody's bothering to actually do this, they're probably not a felon.
Now, the local police were totally on our side. They were very friendly with everybody. They're very helpful. They were great, and we called out, you know, to the council that the police were on our side. So it was good. 600 people showed up, at least half of which were openly carrying firearms. No accidents, no hubbub, no nothing. Very nice, very peaceful. We said our piece. Had different speakers there. Had the girl from Kent State came out and spoke, and another
she's
lady.
probably,
The nice young lady, which means the
Yeah,
attractive
she's pretty.
woman.
Yeah, she's very nice. She was there, and it was good. There was some controversy though about the open carry stuff. There was a very big segment of people online saying that the open carry was a bad idea. And very disappointing to me was that FOAC, Firearms Owners Against Crime, which is a very active group in Pennsylvania, and somebody who I've supported in the past. The head of that organization basically
Said you guys
warned everybody, that this was a mistake. It was going to be a problem. It was a bad idea. Blah blah blah. And
it's a bad look.
Yeah, it's a bad look. It's bad optics. We should have our rights taken away silently. So there were a lot of people that were like, "Hey, FOAC, go fuck yourself." And,
go
and we're going to
FOAC
start. Yeah, go FOAC yourself. We're going to start something different and new. But it's just crazy to me that the guy who runs it, Kim Stoffler, he sent out this email and like he couldn't just keep his mouth shut. Like if you don't agree with it, fine, don't agree with it. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. Why do you have to try to divide the group? And I personally think it was like a power play thing. Like he wasn't in control, so he wanted to shit on it. The part that was really disappointing, though, a man I've contributed quite a bit of money to is Josh Prince, who's a lawyer here in Pennsylvania.
Wait a second.
Prince Law.
Prince Law.
Very,
important.
Yeah, very
Prince,
active
very
in supporting.
man.
Yeah, very active
What
in
did he
supporting
do to
our
fuck
rights. He didn't fuck up, but he definitely
kowtowed.
I mean, he just went out of his way to make it a point that, you know, if you don't have an LTCF and you're open carrying, they're probably gonna, you know, you're able to be arrested, and if you're arrested for that, then you're never gonna be opening guns again. The cops didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Because half the goddamn cops, when you go to these sorts of things, would be there with you if they were on their off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're super happy they're getting overtime for this bullshit.
My state is like, we've had in Washington like 2 or 3 municipalities go, we ain't enforcing our new. So in Washington State, as of 9 days ago, a Marlin 60 is an assault rifle.
Because it can accept more than 7 rounds or something like that, right?
No, it's because it's semi-automatic. I honestly believe a Garand is an assault rifle. Literally anything that is a semi-automatic firearm is now an assault rifle in Washington State.
So were there any threepers there or any
there totally were. There totally were. There were 3%ers there. There were no fucking stars and bars. There was no Nazi bullshit. There was nothing.
Oh, that's nice.
Everybody was very nice, very friendly. I carried my sign. I carried my sign and had the the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. It said radical gun owners on it.
Guys, we just kicked out the British. We need to make sure that our ability to hunt sheep.
And then somebody took the come and take it flag and made a sign that said Yins can't take it. Yins can't take it.
Yins can't take it.
So the deal is that they're supposedly going to ram this shit through on the 24th. They moved the meeting because of us at 6 p.m. Inside the city county building. So there's a bunch of us that are going to show up with our pistols
Yeah, what's your guys' local policy on being able to conceal carry in a meeting?
Yeah, so there's one courtroom in that building, which under Pennsylvania law means you can't carry in the building. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a shit ton of people go down with concealed firearms that have to have them checked. And we're going to make them fucking check them all.
Every
so we
single
can
one.
go,
DDoS attack.
We have something amazing like that in Washington, in the fact that if you go to a place that there's a very narrow, limited place of where you can't carry a firearm in Washington State, and if it's state run, therefore the state has to take fiduciary responsibility for said firearm.
No, they have to provide a capability to check it and
we've got
secure
that
it.
too.
Yeah,
and it's great because one of my local fucking counties is like, no, go fucking pay 75 cents to use a locker. But because they carry a bond in general upon the contents of said lockers, therefore it is following state law.
I gotcha.
Because there is a bond there stating that you're.
Now they won't check rifles, so you can't take a rifle or a long arm, but you can take a pistol. So
everybody needs to bring their AR pistol, right?
Well, I don't know about the AR pistol, but the
Bushmaster are we talking about?
Yeah,
Bushmaster arm pistol will definitely qualify. It is 100% a pistol, not a firearm. So I'm going to take the Bushmaster arm pistol down.
That'd be perfect.
Like you do.
That's what you do.
This was
I remember meeting.
How are you going to carry? You need either like a sling or a.
Yeah, I'll put a sling. I'll put a 1-point sling
on it and single point it and clip.
I don't know where you attach it to though.
On the site.
Mine has a stud on it.
You'll find something.
I thought it was hilarious the time that I shook the governor's hand. It was not our current standing governor, but the prior person while carrying. That was super interesting.
I actually I was at a gun show once as just as a guy walking around, and there was a candidate for governor that was very, very likely going to win. And I walked up to his entourage and I just said, I got an AR-15 on, I'm carrying like 2 rifles and you're running for governor. And just want to say that it's an amazing country we live in where I can just walk up and say, I'm voting for you.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's almost like, we're like human beings. Like
Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, those guys, they're fucking geniuses.
Yep. So yeah, we have the preemption law. They're going to try to ram this stuff. Well, they are going to ram it through. I'm almost certain, and which is illegal. And they've already been told they will be sued the second that passes.
Hey, we're suing people
as they should be.
Yeah.
What's most disgusting about it is they basically told the taxpayers, we are going to break the law. Come to us. So go take that public money, your taxpayer dollars. We are going to spend it to fight it, and then we are going to lose, and we're going to have to spend more of your taxpayer money fighting off these lawsuits. It's fucking absurd.
I hope they lose. I think what they're counting on is that the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturns it.
They should.
Wouldn't
if they don't lose, you should.
No, overturns the preemption.
But they will lose.
They're playing 40 chess.
But how? What's their play for killing preemption in that? Because they're a city of the second class.
I don't know.
State law trumps you. Fuck you.
They will lose. And when they do, I mean, yeah. Well,
the strategy.
There's a nice state. We have deserts. We don't have random plants growing everywhere for no reason without any care from anybody, and it's fine. You should come out here. And the winters are great. The summers.
Pennsylvania's the firewall, man. Though we're the firewall. We've got New York, New Jersey, Maryland.
You're the only.
You're the literal firewall. In that half of your state's literally on fire.
Well, no, because
underground. I'm sorry.
That's the middle part.
Sorry, my bad.
New Hampshire, they're not retarded-ish.
Yeah, but New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey,
Vermont. We're like next to the Live Free or Die guys, but we're like Ben and Jerry's, and hippies, woo!
Yeah, free college and free healthcare. Vote Bernie. Feel the burn.
Yeah.
So that was my first rally, really, that I've ever gone to, and I fucking loved it, and I can't wait to go on the 24th. And there's another one scheduled for Harrisburg, and I'm probably going to go to that one. And this is what I'm going to do now. It's just go around and be a nuisance.
With the
It
Barrett.
is unfortunate that
The Barrett's
most
too far.
NRA members, when they go to a rally,
It is very heavy.
We're old, man. The days of carrying around the meme 40-pound rifle. That was 10 years ago, man.
Here's the thing. Okay, if you're gonna do it, you got to
Give
do
it to Wordy. Just
You
hand
and
Wordy.
you
he's
and Wordy
probably
both had
Wordy carry this.
no. Here's the thing: you and Wordy both had 50, large rifles that needed carrying. You could have done the stretcher thing where you carry to the 2 rifles with 2 guys, and I got the back end, you got the front end. Let's do this.
That's
thing.
true. We could have did
And
that.
then you could have just hoisted
One
them
on
up,
each shoulder.
Up,
stood
up,
next
up,
to
up,
'em,
up.
without nothing being off the ground or anything.
His rifle's only 26 pounds. He has an
I
ample
was going to
excuse
say
for
the
why
voice
they
is
carry
lighter
it.
than the Barrett.
Yeah.
So I think the only
Probably
Barrett
longer,
that's lighter
though.
would be the CQC.
Which I have,
I
which
think
still weighs like
is
40
like-
fucking pounds.
Yeah, it weighs like a pound less.
Yeah, because it's only 9 inches less a barrel. That's probably like 2.5
like-
pounds if you think about it. But
The thing about the Barrett is you need to bring it once, and then everyone recognizes you. So when you're at the next rally, it's like, "Hey, Fluff, what's going on, buddy?"
Yeah, the Baird guy.
Unless you end up being the guy that gets it banned from anything above a 50 cal above the city of the second class.
Yeah.
It might happen though.
I'm pretty sure you can have 20mm cannons in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but you might not be able to open carry it.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I mean,
That's
I don't
Steve
think
on
you
it.
can fucking conceal carry it. That's
It's got
Yeah.
ski on it. Yeah.
Oh wait, you guys, does Pennsylvania join fucking Kentucky in the ability to join to carry a weapon of mass destruction in your pants?
What's that?
Okay,
22
no,
rat shot?
no, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Kentucky specifically says that under their LTC is that you can conceal carry a weapon of mass destruction.
No, I don't think
that's
they
just
have
for people that have syphilis.
that. I mean, my ass has been
warts.
described as such, but I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, just get
Ass
some Bud Light,
destruction.
just get some Bud Light and Brussels sprouts in me, and I've got a weapon of mass destruction, right, Bart?
Yeah, sure.
Hashtag wrecked.
Ugh.
So it was fun. It was cool. Had a good time.
Well, good time is better than a bad time.
As an Arizona resident, I've often gone for walks with my Shorty M16 in my backpack. I can't find anything in state law that says you can't carry a machine gun concealed, so I assume it's
In my state,
There's nothing that specifically calls out anything like that.
That's going to be such a glorious news clip one day when you walk into like a 7-Eleven that's being held up or something.
Oh,
Perp shot 37 times. Had to reload once just to make sure.
yeah, and then when asked why was he shot 37 times, that's all the ammo I had.
Yeah.
I have a real hard time doing triples. I could do doubles all day long.
36 in the body and 1 in the head makes him really, really dead.
Double tap
Yeah.
is 4 rounds.
That's nuts.
Never know what the guy with the tan backpack on has.
Yeah, especially if he's wearing that white tie, white shirt with the black tie, right?
I'd say you might have a bump stock in there, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be terrible. Ooh.
Which just happens to be our next topic.
Oh, let's put a bump stock in the gun
yeah.
and see what happens. Oh
Yes.
wait,
I've already done that.
Did it work well or not?
no,
No.
it's terrible.
Doesn't work at all.
It's fucking it breaks everything.
Pop, 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 pop. That's what we need to do. We need,
and it just like
we need to have like a counter movement here in advertising saying that bump stocks are the way to neuter full auto weapons.
Fluffy,
There you
you gotta do a bump stock, a fucking 3-round burst kit, and M16. It's so confused it has no fucking idea what to do. And it's just a light primer strike and that's it.
Wait a minute. So that gun would literally be non-binary, wouldn't it?
It would be
There you go.
non-binary.
There you
It
go.
would be.
It would not be able to fill out a 4473.
And even if you can't do that, you can put an X on the line and somebody can witness it for you. I've done that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been too drunk to sign shit.
No,
Wait, no.
I've transferred a gun to a guy who couldn't sign his name.
That's what DocuSign is amazing for, man.
Yeah, except you don't have that shit on something you're filling out in front of you. You know.
I had a guy literally
I
making
thought
X.
DocuSign started kicking out one-off.
I don't know what
pricing.
a DocuSign is.
It's for like if you need to sign very important documents, you can do it through the internet where you don't have to actually sign it physically.
I have done that.
It just makes sure it's big when buying houses now, so you don't have to fucking drive all the way into the bank and
I've done that on a mortgage or two. Yes.
get it notarized and yeah.
Never on a 4473 though.
No, there's no way the government would ever get to the point of having everything that streamlined and that efficient for that to ever happen.
Well, no, the NRA would oppose it because if it's that streamlined, it'll be easy to create a backdoor gun registration.
Here's the thing: if there was a way for me to voluntarily sign up for a fucking ID that would allow me to buy a machine gun without any fucking bullshit, I would do it in a heartbeat.
There is. It's called an FFL.
What?
There is
having an FFL.
Fuck you! It's not me.
It's
That's
called
an FFL.
with an SOT.
An FFL isn't me.
No.
But it can be.
Ooh.
No.
No.
That's not the thing.
No, you can't do an F. You cannot have an FFL. You cannot have an SOT without a corporation.
Yeah. I, as an individual, cannot have an FFL.
No.
You can, as an individual, you can have an FFL.
ATF
but you cannot have an
FFL. No, ATF will issue an FFL, and ATF will issue an SOT to an individual.
No, because you have to be zoned properly.
You have to, but that's not. You didn't say anything about zoning. They will issue an SOT to a sole proprietor. But
no, that's not a sole proprietor.
A sole proprietor is a fucking corporation that's run by one guy.
Yeah,
no,
that's not.
It's not the guy; it's the corporation.
No, it's not a sole proprietor. It's not a corporation. You're thinking of a single. You're thinking of a single member LLC.
I press X.
I'm thinking that. Yeah.
No. If you want,
I do not think
ATF will issue you an FFL individually, and the SOT that you pull from that is also issued to you individually as a taxpayer.
I don't.
Actually, this is how pre-samples work.
Whoa. Yes.
Ooh.
Yep. That's why you can keep them.
Yes.
Okay, fine. You win this time. You win this time.
Curse you.
Hashtag winning.
No one watching us actually has followed our conversation.
No, they might.
Somebody's going to watch this on replay at half speed.
Sometimes you got to dance like nobody's watching.
No,
that's
10 people are watching. We're like all the idiots in the middle of the dance floor. All the people are outside looking. Look at these fucking morons.
An SOT could be issued to an individual.
An SOT is a special occupational taxpayer, whether it is a individual, a corporation, or a partnership.
Remember, corporations are people too.
Yeah. Thanks, FEC versus Citizens United.
Corporations are people too, man.
Apparently, FineCunt has a new proposal. I can't find it on the internet.
Who does?
Lamborghini Gaming says, "Do you guys see FineCunt's new proposal?" I'm paraphrasing.
No.
And I said, "Got linked to FineCunt's proposal. Hopefully, we'll get that." But I don't. I mean, I assume
FineCunt's proposal is probably just the goddamn same shit we just passed in fucking Washington State thing. A Marlin fucking 60.
It's
or a
AWB.
goddamn Stevens 87B click clack is now a machine gun.
Here, a piece of half-inch water pipe is now a machine gun.
It's to protect the children.
No, that's the whole
Actually-
goddamn thing. In
actually-
Washington State, our goddamn, our fucking the assault weapons thing that we just passed in Washington State, a Marlin 60 is an assault rifle. A lower has absolutely no additional laws passed.
The one thing that's really going to be in danger from now on is coat hangers, because the right knows we can use them for abortions, the left knows we can use them for machine guns. So those things are going to be totally banned within no time whatsoever.
We're all fucked.
Man, if you could make an
Sharpie and Cooper.
fucking drop-in autos here that also performed abortions, that would be.
You know, they kind of already do. If you really went that far.
That's because the ATF's going to shoot your wife.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey,
Wow.
we're
Guys,
having
we're
pancakes
way
this morning.
out.
What's Vicky making for you guys?
FC, why you got to be old and make
so
great jokes like that no one will get?
many people. That was past, not FC.
Yeah, best.
I'm not going to take responsibility for that one. That was past.
No, that was past. That's great. So, for those following along at home, that Vicky was a gal who got shot through the heart by a.
I was just shot in the
FBI
head as she was
Wow,
holding
that's
her
right.
kid.
Holding her toddler.
While she was
Yeah.
holding her toddler. No, I thought she got shot through the heart. The kid got shot through the head.
Oh.
Or is it the other way around?
No, the
The kid lived, I thought. The kid
let me
lived.
get Troy on the
Their
phone.
son is the one that got shot.
Troy
Yeah.
LaRucci.
Let me get Troy on the phone and ask Lon Horiuchi who he fucking shot in the head and who he fucking shot in the heart.
So this is actually a true story. I have I've
This all is
debated.
a true story. We never spin fiction.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about all 136 episodes. This has never been fiction.
All of our facts are based on true facts.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best goddamn quote I've ever made.
Is that,
It's the best quote I've ever made.
why is it not visible on the webpage?
It should be.
It takes up a lot of white space on my phone, but it's not visible on the fucking
But
webpage.
I had a buddy of mine. He was buddies with Hilton Yam from 10A Performance, and he wanted to get Hilton Yam a SHOT Show badge that said Lon Horiuchi, and just have him wear the SHOT Show just to see how many people would get the joke. And I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm just like, that is so wrong. It's so patently hilarious.
Plus, also Troy wouldn't be able to get a badge for their guy.
Yeah, because Troy can't actually produce something. That
Well,
is-
neither can HMG, but they have a
Or
booth.
not hire Murphy.
Yeah, they probably paid for it. I'd be interested
Yeah.
to see if HMG has a booth. I kind of doubt it.
HMG will have a booth, but there will be no one there.
No, they
Wow.
said they're not going this year. They
Yeah.
said they said they canceled last year, and that SHOT just didn't get their shit together and take their booth down.
I thought that was at the NRA show that they didn't show up to.
No, I think
Or
they
did they went to the NRA show because
They
yeah,
went to the NRA show.
yeah.
But
You know that these receivers are machined, not forged.
I believe that
Isn't that interesting?
They're not forged and machined.
On what?
because you need to make a lot of them to make forging cost effective.
I mean, you know, you could just make one die, and it would be the same as
Wait,
making
those are
one
machine
receiver.
blowers?
Yep. And uppers. You can see the machining marks on the upper.
So the fact that you wouldn't have much of a public need for unfenced lowers.
I mean, we're talking
you would
serial number
probably-
597
Yeah,
here. So.
you would definitely probably want to go to the low budget / easy produce milled lower because who the fuck? I mean,
That's a fuck ton of milling, though, man.
there's
Jesus.
literally a fuck ton reason of adding a goddamn fence to a lower. Because as you're hiking and you got your shit flopping on your chest, if you don't have a fence around your button, you're gonna accidentally drop your mag. Guess how I know?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah,
But it's easy in a non-fence lower.
yeah, it is pretty easy.
Just cut the
It-
fence off the forging.
No, well, yeah, but if
There's
you
probably
want
not a
to
lot of
make
AR-10 forgings being made, you know, with carry handles and stuff. So
No, you can
Probably-
tell though. You can totally see the machining marks from like the ball end mill, making the little fillets and such.
There are no as forged surfaces on that receiver.
So they don't throw it into like a big agitator with a whole bunch of ceramics to like take those marks out.
I don't think so.
No, I'm just being sarcastic. 'Cause I know
They should be tumbling them, but yeah.
They should, yeah.
But you can see like on the rounded part of the upper, right? You can see the little lines from the.
Oh wow!
The
Holy
mill.
shit! What are they charging for those?
$1,000 roughly.
Wow.
Well, 1,100.
Well, yeah, it depends
Wow.
on which one you get and what color you get.
I mean,
Worry
That's
paid like
sure.
$1,600 for his.
Yeah.
Sure, with a little sandpaper, you can clean it up, make it look
so
real super
that's
pretty.
a billet receiver set. So I've paid $1,000 for a billet receiver set.
Yeah,
before.
but you dumbass, you spent it to Mega Arms.
Yeah, but it was they were getting it was a mono.
It was a monolithic upper, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, it was a monolithic upper.
It's the rare
Because
mega
I could
arms
place my
monolithic.
red dot a foot in front of my face.
I
I'm
can.
sorry, Best.
I
I'm
can.
being an ass.
It's mono. Yeah. What? No. Hey, bro, it's fine.
The gas block is machined as well.
I got the rare
Just
mono.
guess what? You don't need a monolithic upper, guys.
Is this
Guys,
like Jesse James?
guys,
and
you don't need a
his
monolithic upper.
Is this kind of like Jesse James and his monolithic, suppressor? Like
No.
it's
Jesse
all
James
made in one
games,
piece. That's
and
the greatest
fuck
thing, right?
off, because everything he has made has been bullshit.
I have a 12-inch long barrel wrench. Boom.
This
How
front
long
sight's
is
really
your
weird.
barrel wrench?
It's not a regular front sight. It's all machined.
So it's not
That's
forged?
impressive. That's a lot of fucking machine time. They're not charging enough for those.
That's a lot of machine time. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shitload of machine time.
Well, they started out at $1,600 and probably nobody's buying them, so they're like,
Those-
well, fuck.
those 3D contour operations are not fucking cheap. They're time consuming as hell. Which is, time is what you're paying for typically, and which is why forgings are great, because you only got to machine the parts that count, and the outside doesn't count typically. But
Yeah, you can see like all kind of little like just little tiny hints of like the machining is nice, but it's not, perfect.
I went to their support page and said BRN 607 win, and they haven't answered me.
There are some other things coming through the pipelines. that
I want a fucking 607 stock. Brown
I mean, this isn't Colt Cobra bad, but it's definitely, got some marks on it.
Oh no! So you're saying nice segue, but
Yeah,
very subtle.
that's what Jonesy said.
Colt Sagoom.
Their
Colt
CFO
Sagoom
says, "Let's see how much we can charge for this stuff." That's why they came out with $1,600.
Oh,
It's basically like
I mean-
it's like the Godfather parts.
Hey,
But even at
Let's go ahead now.
$1,000, that's a decent price for an AR-10 because
No,
you can't really build
yeah.
You can't build an AR-10 for $1,000.
for a billet AR-10, $1,600 is not a ridiculous amount of money. But if they're not selling because there's no demand, then you gotta lower the
Wow.
price.
The ones that we bought were the retreads from the people that got some out for T&E. Tuna got Ian's
It
gun.
wasn't T&E. It was for fucking. Well, yes.
Yeah, T&E and advertising.
Advertising.
I got some blind.
Broke Omni.
I got some blind gun reviewer from Arkansas or somewhere is where my gun came from. I don't know who it is yet. We haven't figured that out.
Are you
I
getting
don't really
roadhead?
care.
Omni's getting roadhead. You were confusing me. I had to say something. Look how purple he's getting.
That's why you wanted to list the video.
Okay then. What are
Yeah,
the other
this
topics?
just got dark.
Dark.
He just cut that video. Nice. Pest was right again, kids. Anywho, King Cobra.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking
We
of
gotta
getting
ahead
his
and
balls
talk about
sucked dry.
Go ahead and talk about the new Cobra product. The new. Shut up. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the new goddamn idea that the fucking Colt can go ahead and pull a goddamn fast one over us and pull out this goddamn bullshit that is a snake gun. That
And
is
heart
actually a
attack,
snake
man.
gun.
He lives in a van down by the river.
So let's go ahead and talk about the goddamn fact that's
And I'm spent.
He's spurting here.
Colt has decided that they want to grace the idea of issuing a snake gun again.
Yeah.
They gave us the Cobra, which Pest went ahead and told us how piece of a shit it is because you can see casting marks all over it. Guess what happened in the goddamn new one?
Same thing. So far, all I've gotten is reasonably medium resolution versions. Be gone, woman! You're ruining me.
Shut up, Pest.
This should be a future episode thing.
Sure.
We'd all do that except for FC.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey, babe. Omni got Roadhead last week, so guess what?
Hud, it's your turn.
I can't breathe.
That's because she's sucking all the air out of your fucking dumb.
It's because of the vacuum.
He's paper locked.
Stop.
Stop! Get away!
Anyways, yeah. So the Cobra, the King Cobra is
bullshit as well as
so
the goddamn Cobra.
I haven't gotten high enough resolution pictures to do a full.
Well,
critique of it yet,
okay.
But-
not FC, but Pest. We looked at the goddamn promo video.
yeah,
video
the-
and picture.
from Colt's website, the new promo pictures of the fucking new Cobra, King Cobra. It's the same bullshit. They cast the screw hole. It's off. It's out of alignment. The fucking removable part of the crane is not fucking blended with the rest of the frame. It's fucking a piece of shit. I would rather have a Taurus, honestly. For real, would rather have a Taurus but they did polish it. So it is an official Colt polished turd.
So I mean, Colt, that was the whole thing. Is that we will polish the most dirty thing.
Polish your knob, and it's a type of voice.
Sometimes stop it, woman. No, I don't think that at all. They're just entirely cashing in the historical value of a snake gun.
MSRP is $900.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, you can buy a hell of a lot nicer revolvers.
I would rather buy a $500 police trade-in Smith and then just send
just
it out.
buy goddamn GP100.
I got my slight holster wear fucking 4-inch Python for $1,000.
The match champ.
What year though?
But that was back when
like 4 years ago. Yeah.
When you didn't have things.
1,200 years.
That was back in the 90s when you picked
No,
up
that was 12 years. It was 2012 at the latest, or
really?
earliest. Yeah.
So I mean, I picked up a Colt Trooper 3.
I gotta piss.
That I got the Colt papers on it, and it was issued to a government agency that I won't mention. That actually was the guy. The guy said, "Hey, I work for said government agency," and I paid the $75 to Colt to get the
authentication.
Yeah, and it was actually issued to said government agency, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is great!"
Yeah.
And then I sold it for a markup of 500%, but that was great.
Oh yeah.
As you do.
Because the government agency was not the one that you would expect it to be.
Let's take a look at that picture I posted.
I should have kept it.
Wait, what?
Take a look at the picture I posted in the chat thingy.
Oh.
Our chat thingy.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's 3D contoured for sure.
Yeah, and you can see down below.
That's
See
pretty.
where the buffer tower is. You can see underneath it. There's like just a hair of a lip there. It didn't go quite
Can
deep
you hold
enough,
that up
right?
to? Can you hold that up to the camera? I'll lock it onto you. If you can get it to focus.
He
The
doesn't have a.
picture
He
or
didn't
the
print it
like,
out yet.
No. Well, at least that is a really nice way that interfaces to the buffer tower.
I mean, sure, yeah, but it's 3D contoured aluminum,
Yeah.
not a forging, right? So,
right.
Right. I forget. This is.
Are they losing money on this? I mean, they might be.
I think they have to be, wouldn't they?
The cycle time on those parts has to be like 5 hours or whatever. I mean, like seriously, unless they're running
Are
either.
we gonna go ahead and run a impromptu Brunel's ad here, saying that they're totally
Well, I
losing money
mean,
in generating this
I don't
idea here.
I don't believe it's necessary to do that, but that is definitely not a forging that's been,
I mean, that
machined a little
upper,
bit.
there's a
That
ton of
upper
fucking
and that
machining
lower
on it.
that is a goddamn nice fucking fit and finish.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it should be because it's billet.
That's true.
I mean, which is slightly less strong than a forging, but for really, if you're trying to make an accurate
I
rifle,
might have been told just now by somebody that is a contact there, they're not losing money at whatever value they sold you the AR at.
1165.
I did not hear that, but they're still they're not losing money at whatever they sold it to you for.
well, Mazel Tov.
Yeah.
And that is a goddamn beautiful fucking angle, though.
Also, contact Cult 607 when?
They're working on that.
Are they? I hope they are.
They have the 633 clone coming through too.
But the 607 has the goofy carbine stock.
Yeah, but they also have the 607 stock coming. 7.
Oh man, I want to buy a 607 stock. I don't want the rest of the rifle. I just want the stock.
The little tiny aluminum ones.
Yes.
It's the A1.
Supposedly, they're on ARFCOM.
ARFCOM said so, guys. ARFCOM rules the world of ARs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, a cheap 607 stock. I don't gotta find a guy to make for me. Would be great.
605 is coming out soon. 607, not as far as we know.
Well, shit.
607 will show up because the whole idea is to create these wonderful, throwback ARs, and a 607 would be.
Yeah, but they're doing the popular ones.
Why wouldn't you buy? Why wouldn't you make one?
I would buy it.
If we could just totally make an SBR rifle, you just pay the money when you buy it. You get the whole everything. It's instant goddamn stampiness. Instant stamps should be a thing.
A little birdie just gave me a link to a 607 stock. Me thinks great is eating cute and $400. Brownell's 607 stock would be cheaper than $400 though.
Yeah, if Brownells could come up with a goddamn beautiful 607 stock, that would be printing money for the 13 of us out there that would buy one.
Probably more than that.
Okay, we'll go to 130.
Tens of people would buy
Tens of us. Dozens of tens of us.
Mm.
Man. Why
Colt
aren't replicators a thing yet?
Fucking rifle.
FC. Why aren't replicators a thing yet? Did you die? You died. All right, Pest. Why are replicators not a thing yet?
What's a replicator?
You mean from like Star Trek?
Yes.
Because the technology doesn't fucking exist yet. Are you kidding me? The closest thing we have is like CNC machines and 3D printers. I mean,
why isn't it a thing? Why can't I just order online? I want this. Generate it for me.
Technically, you can model it in on shape. shape,
Good.
and
Om
send
shape,
it
om
and
shape.
send it and send it to
I made it.
Maker Shop.
Maker yeah, there.
It's a Maker something. I know which one you're
I
talking about.
don't remember the name of the company that does everybody's printing in all the metals.
Shapeways.
Yeah, that's it. Shapeways.
You
I've
could.
used Shapeways.
I haven't shapeways anything yet because it's really expensive.
It is
But
fucking expensive as hell.
Yeah.
It's like $125 to get this little thing made.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof.
They got to pay for their expensive 3D.
I mean, and it's a unique service that is, unique. So anything,
This is a
anytime
unique
something's
service
unique.
that's unique.
Yep.
Wow. Relevations.
Relevations. How's it going, Omni? He's got a dent in his forehead.
5 head.
What's our next topic there, Bart?
Next topic.
I think that was the last one.
That was the last one. So
King
we
Cobra,
can.
boom. Yep. The new turd is polished. I'll have as soon as I find high-res pictures that are better than 1,000 by 1,000.
I want to buy one just so I can make fun of it.
If I get my act together, I could probably get some pictures this weekend.
Did you order one?
No, I'll go hop on a plane and go take pictures of one.
To the Chacho?
No.
Right now it's the
It's
current
show season.
Is right now this week is Big Rock show.
Well, no.
But it's also in Reno.
No.
Not in Vegas.
No.
Wait,
Big Rock.
Oh no, it's in Tennessee this year.
It's in Nashville. They combined
That's
it, and Big Rock closed Wednesday, so the show's
you're
over.
right. Yeah, you're right. And Tactical Solutions wasn't there, so I didn't get my new barrel.
No, pobrecita.
I actually have to pay actual retail prices, which is bullshit.
Ooh, full price, huh? Terrible.
Who does that?
Why do I have to pay your guys' price, man?
Because they're probably the only ones that sell it.
Yeah.
Maybe?
But
that's what you should have got for that fucking 1022. Is there's no other we have more topics we can pull up out of our topics thread in our Telegram chat, but it's already 11 o'clock, so
I'm pretty confident.
we're good
Omni
for the night.
Omni wants more topics. We should get more.
No, shut up. I'm gonna go ahead and have another half super dry martini.
Oh, gross.
I got one of those. Hold on. See, right here. Super dry martini. Comes in a half gallon.
Might as well just piss in a cup and drink that instead.
Well,
all right, it's 11:03. We should probably sign off. We've been on the air for almost 2 hours.
We can go ahead and switch over to after show. After this, and we'll go ahead and kick the link around. And want to thank you guys since I am completely and going ahead and self-inserting myself in episode 136 of Hey, let's have some fun on the air.
Drop around every once in a while.
Yeah, I show up still. I've got the stupid goddamn work shit that fucking
work. What's that? Fuck.
I know. Not all of us can be, paid by our wives to raise kids.
Ooh, that was a little bit.
I'm saying that was
a little bit harsh.
That was a harsh.
No, I accept it 100%.
I want to point out that that's a harsh thing, but it's totally like
my wife got me a shirt for Christmas that says "I love it when my wife lets me buy guns."
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care.
Of us here,
I don't have to ever ask permission, so it's not like she lets me just go and do it.
Any of us here not jealous of Bart's position? You stay home, you raise the kids, you buy guns.
It's pretty good.
It's if I could do everything over,
but
I would totally take the Bart path.
For the last few months, I've been staying home, not raising kids, and doing what the fuck I want.
No.
I mean,
lots of long dark.
No, you've been raising fur babies. Haven't you had like more than normal adoptions?
All right.
I mean, I'm not really a participant in that. I'm just the guy who has to
make sure they don't shit.
You're-
On
Make sure
you're-
the baby gate system is properly working and stuff. Yeah,
and they're not shitting on each other.
right. Nobody's
they're
in a
going
fight,
outside.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so basically, the whole not shitting on each other that ability makes him a perfect mod for our guns.
Mm, yes.
He's very experienced.
Auto's good.
Non-shitting is always great.
All right, should we sign off? Good night.
All
Good
right.
night,
I'll see
everybody.
you
On
on
the flip
other day.
side.